Well, hello there, you amazing, amazing people, you. I hope you are all well and feeling amazing. I hope you are. I hope this day is treating you well. I know we're heading towards Christmas, and Christmas ain't a fun time for everyone. It ain't, and I get that. So even if you're stressing about it, try and take some time for yourself. Look after yourself. And if you need anything, reach out to the community, have a chat. There'll be people in the same boat. If that don't work, then reach out to me. I will happily have a conversation with you and try and make you feel better. But you guys have been reaching out to me and getting me to speak about something else that was a little bit crazy. And look, when I say crazy, I just mean you can't make this shit up sometimes. And break the ice. He's a guy who's been touching on the Nicola Bulley case. He has recently done interviews with Peter Folden. For those of you who have followed the Nicola Bulley case, that is a case from the UK where a young lady is walking a dog like she does many times, many mornings, and on this particular morning ends up in the river and ends up deceased. And what ensues is an absolute and complete and utter clusterfuck. And that clusterfuck, sadly, had someone's name at the top of it, and it just happened to be this guy. So we have a look. Lancashire police chief who led Nicola Bulley case dies at 50. And what I will say, first of all, is condolences to this guy's family. At the end of the day, he's a guy who dedicated his life to the service, and you know it's always sad when anybody loses their life, unless they are and proven to be a complete and utter monster. You could still turn around and say it's a waste of a life, because in every life there is a potential for goodness to come out of it. But sometimes, no matter how much you squeeze, you ain't getting juice out of it. You're just getting shit. But yeah, so this is the guy, this is the Lancashire police chief who led the Nicola Bulley case, and he has sadly died. It says tributes have been paid to one of Lancashire's most senior police officers who led the investigation into the disappearance of Nicola Bulley. Assistant Chief Constable Peter Lawson died on Sunday at the age of 50. He was described as being highly respected and admired by his peers. A review into Miss Bulley's case found the release of highly sensitive personal information by officers about her was avoidable and unnecessary. Assistant Chief Constable Lawson headed the investigation into the disappearance of the 45-year-old who drowned after falling into cold water while walking her dog in St Michael's-on-Ware in January. What I will say is they can only say that she fell, but they can't say how she fell, why she fell, or anything of such. It's still technically unconcluded. In reality, if you've been following this continuing, it would appear that there's possibly a situation where law enforcement could have found Nicola earlier. They ignored being told exactly where Nicola was, probably to save face. And again, that's just speculation on my part, but that's what it makes me think of. Like when they released the information about Nicola that they did, it was almost like a knee-jerk to get back at people. Do you know what I mean? Everything seemed a little bit snotty. But look, this guy's lost his life, and I can only imagine this guy is probably going to come out. It might come out between now and when this video's released. At the moment, nothing. But I imagine he's probably had a heart attack, and the heart attack probably because he's fucking stressed to the gills. Stressed to the gills. And that's what I take from that. I think this guy is a guy who was put under immense pressure from those on high. There's people obviously higher than him, strings and all. And yeah, it probably just got too much. Got too much for him. I wouldn't want to do it. Highly respected. He died at home on Sunday, a force representative said. They added that his death was believed to be medical related and has been referred to the coroner. Death being medical related. Now that to me is one of the most stupidest things that I've ever heard. His death was medical related. Well, obviously, when someone dies, it's generally because of a medical reason, like the heart stops or something goes wrong with the body. Obviously, if someone broke in and he was murdered, that'd be different. But then this would be different. But yeah, medical related. Good one. Paying tribute, Chief Constable Chris Rowley said, "It was incredibly sad and tragic news. Pete's death will come as a shock to the entire force and the wider police family across the country," he said. "He was an outstanding officer who served the communities of Lancashire with pride. He was also highly respected and admired by all who knew him and worked with him. He added that the force's deepest condolences go out to his family, and we support them as much as we can. We will offer support to all of our staff and those who worked with Pete as we mourn his loss. And look, I've got nothing more to say on it. Again, a sad tragedy adds to the entire story, doesn't it? The Nicola Bulley situation, the Nicola Bulley case has been sad from start to finish, and this is like the sad cherry on the top. Let's just hope that in the future, perhaps, if there is anything that needs to come out, it does come out, but nobody else is left to hurt in this case. It's already... I can't. The little girls, do you know what I mean? What are they going to grow up thinking about when they're old enough to comprehend the situation? Sad, truly tragic. And all I will say is, if anybody is following this case, they genuinely do know anything else. If you can't do it for anybody else, if there is something to say, do it for those little girls, because they don't deserve it. But who are we to say? Who are we to say? I'll catch you all later in video 3. Take care.